Steve, go.
I did it.
Did you? Oh.
Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Renazizi. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Renazizi. Lit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Renazizi. What's the odds? What's the odds? What's the odds? What's the odds?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's What's the Odds with Steve Renazizi. Welcome back to the podcast, November 13th, 2019, 2 p.m. on the West Coast. All Things Comedy Studios. I'm joined, as always, by the billion-dollar baby, Brenton Biddlecombe.
Hello.
And my buddy, Lucas Hurl, who, again, this week is not going to get paid.
Not all my fault.
Not 100% your fault, but mostly your fault. Out of all of us that were wrong, and all three of us were wrong, you were by far the most wrong.
Yes.
And we wouldn't have it any other way.
A gift.
I was upset that my streak ended this week of picking winners. I apologize to those of you who bet the mortgage on it this week. We didn't cover for you, and that's my fault. It's mostly Patrick Mahomes' fault and the Kansas City defense's fault.
This is the Kansas City defense's fault. Patrick Mahomes still had a great game,
but he could have put up another touchdown or two. And Lucas Hurl didn't come through betting on the home team, and I was upset about that.
No, I mean the last 3 minutes they gave it up.
Yeah, they just can't stop the run, can they?
No.
It's a big problem.
Yeah.
What would they look like against the San Francisco 49ers?
Oh, they'd be terrible.
I mean, it would be 300 yards of rushing.
It'd be god awful. Same with KC, they couldn't stop the run.
And then we came down to Brenton, who fucking put the kibosh. They're calling him Katrina 2 down in New Orleans. I mean, not since the play in the playoffs has the city been so upset at one person.
I'll say this.
Since that referee walked out of town, buddy, you're the new mush.
I'll say this. If you hadn't shamed me, I would have taken the Falcons again, and I would have been right. Because I believe in the Atlanta Falcons.
Take ownership of your mistakes. Take ownership of your...
I've been wrong before.
You've taken ownership of your wins. Trust me, no one
should have taken the Falcons.
But they would have lost if you'd taken them.
I would have been kicked out of the room. I would have been kicked off the show. And then you would have had to invite me back and apologize.
Look, for the week we should have seen it coming. For the week that you turned on the Falcons would be the one that they go, you know what? Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
We're coming after him.
And they were
now.
coming off a bye week. They had
coming
2
off
weeks
firing
to study
coaches,
Drew Brees.
Firing defensive.
We should have seen it coming.
Literally doing a thing where I think they all just put the coaching positions into a hat, and everyone just pulls out a position, and that's where you're gonna coach up this week.
Yeah.
And you mushed them. You put them together as a team. You gave them bulletin board information to set them off.
If you are betting against me, you can buy a new house. I am now 0 for 7.
You're the only one.
0 for 7.
8.
The most consistent 0 for 7. Most consistent incorrect person in betting right now.
You're the only one who has a streak going now.
Yeah.
Your losing streak is...
I'm killing it.
Because think about it. 0 for 7, 0 for 8, whatever. I believe it's 8 weeks in a row. I don't think you've ever been right.
I think it's 8 too.
I believe it's 8 weeks.
0 for 8, ladies and gentlemen.
So even if week 3 you were like, you know what? I'm just going to start betting against him to see what happens. You're 5 weeks up in a row. And you must have been nervous. I can't believe I'm taking Atlanta this week. I can't believe I'm doing it. But you won. So congratulations to you. Yeah, that was a rough week for everyone. Who else? I mean, I don't think any good team covered.
No.
They all sucked this week.
Yeah, the Colts collapsed. That was pathetic.
We were talking about the Buffalo.
I don't think Buffalo's a good team, though.
Do you think Buffalo makes the playoffs?
Yes, but that's because they play in a
wrong
terrible division.
I'll make you
they
bet
play
on
in a
that.
terrible conference. They're making the playoffs.
You want to make a bet on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Buffalo is going to make the playoffs.
Buffalo's not going to make the playoffs.
What's at stake?
Something big for that.
Okay.
Someone has to be thrown through a table.
I thought about that.
He just got back surgery.
I just had back surgery. If I could throw a proxy for me, I'd throw one of my sons on the... the table.
Child abuse.
No, I wish we could do the smash. That would be good. But you know what? The playoffs are 2 months away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could be really healthy by then.
Yeah.
Steve, how did you re-injure your back? Oh, I did the Buffalo Bills Mafia.
Joined the Bills
table
Mafia.
smash. Did you see the guy this weekend that missed it?
He missed the table.
Missed the fucking table. It was a Jets Giants. Barstool had it. Jets Giants tailgate, and it basically this is how the Giants week started. It was a Jets guy laying on the table, and the Giants guy from the top of the car, right, jumps off the roof of the car, misses the table, and basically almost smashes into the ground, but hits the car in front of what's next to the table.
That's how they do it in Jersey. They don't know how to do it.
I mean, it was terrible.
The only New York team.
Really, really terrible. But I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think this is the beginning of the end for them. It's Kyle Allen,
Josh
Allen, the other Allen, Kyle Allen light, Josh Allen. That's what he's starting to look like. The defense has a gaping hole.
Yeah. And
people know it now. They're running Cleveland Browns, how many yards do they have rushing? 238? 240? Something ridiculous?
They now get to face the Miami Dolphins in a get-right week.
Well, who's the Dolphins running back? I don't even fucking know.
Who might be the worst? Balaj. He might be...
Balaj? I thought that was the guy that Prince married.
Yeah, I thought that's a hotel in
He
Vegas.
might be the worst running back in football.
Is it Balaj?
Balaj.
Is his last name Gio?
It is not.
Bellagio?
It's Kalen Balaj.
Caitlin Balaj?
Kalen Balaj.
Well, she's going to run for 1,000 yards against the Buffalo Bills. Kalen Mirage.
This schedule looks very hard the rest of the season. It looked easy.
Yeah.
No,
well, you got the Patriots again.
No.
Once or twice?
Once.
Once again.
We're beating the Patriots.
Okay. So that's... What did you say?
We're beating the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots are that good of a team. They finally played a good... Shut the fuck up. Let me say my piece.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then you can snicker.
I didn't realize my mic was on yet.
No, it's
so
fine. I'm glad your mic's on.
I don't think the Patriots are that good of a team. I don't think they've played anybody. Then they played somebody, they got their asses kicked.
They did get their asses kicked.
So I don't think they're that good of a team. I don't think their quarterback can throw more than 10 yards at this point in his career. He's got to check down everything.
Brenton, do you honestly believe that Bill Belichick threw everything he's got at the Baltimore Ravens week, what was it, 10 this week, the middle of the season? Do you think he threw all the fucking the tricks and trinkets that he has at Lamar Jackson? He said, let's break this guy down. Let's see if he can be a pocket passer. I'm going to put a guy, spy him for the entire game. I'm not going to let him run. And he beat them. So you don't think Bill Belichick goes back to the lab now and goes, okay, well, he can throw the ball. Now I've got to figure out how to plan a defense to not only spy him for running the ball, but also putting pressure on him and keeping contained in the pocket and getting into him, or making sure I got enough, people in the backfield to make sure he has no options to throw to. He's going to fix things.
I think
that's what he does.
I think they're done. This is the beginning of the end.
Dude, I mean, many people have gone broke saying those exact words.
This is it.
Claiming that the Patriots are done.
This is it.
I'm not saying they didn't get exposed as not being as good as they actually are.
They're not that good.
They stood up harder to the test than I thought what happened to them was going to happen to the San Francisco 49ers. I thought Russell Wilson was going to put on a show during national televised game and beat them up by about 10 or 14 points at home. He barely squeaked it out. So it changed my opinion about the 49ers. Did I think that the Patriots were the best team in football before? Yes. Do I think they are now? Maybe not. But to say that they are not even part of the equation anymore.
They're outside of the top 5. They're maybe 6, maybe 7.
Brenton, you are very, very wrong about that. Man.
The Bills beat them.
First of all, I don't even know when that game is. I wish it was tomorrow or tonight.
Saturday, the 21st.
Saturday of November?
December.
December, great. So, Christmas. Mm-hmm. What a Christmas miracle it's going to be for me to just beat you up again during the holiday season. They're going to lose that game. Who else do they have on their schedule?
They have Dallas on Thanksgiving.
Okay. That's 50-50, bro. Dallas plays well at home on Thanksgiving. Everybody wants a turkey leg.
And then they have to play.
And Ezekiel Elliott, does he run the ball well? I don't know. Gee, what's the next game?
He hasn't the last few weeks.
I mean, this game, the next game's Baltimore, which is a tough game. They have that at home.
You think they're going to win that game?
No.
Okay, so you got 3 losses right there. Now you're 6 and 6.
No.
Now you're 6 and 6.
No, because they beat the Patriots. They beat the Broncos.
Maybe. Okay.
But the game that looks hard,
They beat the Steelers.
That game.
Another one. I'm
They
like,
beat the Jets.
The Steelers are good though.
yeah, sneaky.
not.
Good, all of a sudden,
Their defense is good. Their offense
Richie
doesn't move
Taylor
the ball.
went out there from the Comedy Store. Richie Taylor, and he gave him a pep talk this weekend and lit a fire underneath him, man. I'm telling you, they did not. They were the team that was like, whoa. They beat the
Rams suck.
The Rams.
They suck.
They might suck, but they might not be good, but they don't suck.
The other teams have figured out the Rams coach, who's this offensive genius. They figured out his system and they found ways to stop him.
Much like Belichick will do.
How does Cooper Kupp not have a single catch?
How does Odell Beckham Jr. have 1 touchdown?
Todd Gurley is averaging 7 yards a carry against the Steelers defense, and yet they just don't give him the ball the entire fourth quarter.
Brenton, listen to me, okay? You don't want to bet against the Patriots. Not this early in the season.
This is late in the season. This is December 21st. This is week 15, week 16.
This is early to start being like, oh, fuck these guys.
No. Fuck them. They're done.
Bro,
They're
you're
done.
wrong.
We got them.
I'm saying right
Lock
now,
it
it might be 8-8. Does 8-8 make it into the AFC
8-8
playoffs?
might still make it into the wild
Because think about
card.
it. You got the three division champions, the Patriots, the Ravens, and who's out west?
Well, that's still a shakeup. Right now, I think it's the Texans, but it could be.
The
Colts are like a game or two behind, and then the Jaguars are kind of still in.
And then
it.
who's out west?
You got the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
The Raiders.
The Raiders have a
So
chance.
that's the Raiders. Okay, so the Raiders are a team you got to start watching, right?
Yeah.
Cleveland is a team you have to start worrying about now. You have the same record. Well, no,
They're 3 and 6.
3 and 6, reversed it, but they just beat you. I'm just saying. I don't think that the Bills make it into the playoffs.
They do, though.
Yeah, if they win the next 2 weeks, they will. If they can beat Miami and Denver, they should win one of those last 5 games.
Denver doesn't have a quarterback. Their running game is not anywhere near what the Bills have had to face, other than Adrian Peterson, who just embarrassed us. But they'll figure out how to stop the run, and then they'll just, they got rid of Emmanuel Sanders. They have their second-string quarterback is now their starter.
And I thought about betting the Bills this week, too.
Oh, really?
I really did.
It's not that bad of a spread. Buffalo's only -7.5.
-7.5, I know, against Miami, right?
You got the Fitzpatrick revenge game narrative, but
the guy went to Harvard.
Yeah,
he has no revenge in his heart for any. It's like, leave him alone.
He's played for half the teams in the league, so every game's a revenge game.
Revenge.
Balaj is not going to do shit. I would take a bet. I'd over under Balaj has less than 60 yards on the ground against Buffalo.
Where is this game? Buffalo?
It's in Miami.
It's in Miami. There's going to be no weather. Oh, I say is over that. Over. Okay. Can we change it up?
Okay.
Can I say that the Miami rushing core has over 80 yards?
No, I said Balaj.
Why? No, I don't want to. I
said Balaj because Fitzpatrick could
What if the guy gets
scramble.
hurt the first fucking quarter?
Then that's on you.
No.
You lose the bet.
No,
that's how this works.
No, the bet is to prove that the
if we're doing
Bills
the entire
rushing defense is terrible.
If you're doing total rushing, it has to be 100. It can't
Fine,
be 80 because Fitzpatrick can scramble for 17 yards,
problem.
and all of a sudden,
exactly, which is what I was getting to. I will give you 100 yards total over under.
I'll take that,
and I'll take the over.
I'll take that.
No problem. That's a side bet. By the way, the guy that bet me, our caller from Arizona, one of my lovers from last year's All Things Comedy Festival, he lost too because he didn't cover. Arizona and Tampa Bay. Arizona covered.
Yeah, 3 points.
3 points. So everyone lost this week. It sucked.
All my fantasy teams lost. It was awful.
Mine did not. I put up almost 180 points in our fantasy league. And by the way, I've got a little message to everyone out there playing in our fantasy league. Make sure you set your lineups, please, because Em walked her way into a very easy win this week because whoever she was playing didn't even post a lineup. So we're giving away wins to people who don't need them here.
If you're not going to pay attention, and you're not going to be in the league.
Yeah, you're out. And there'll be consequences.
I think I would have still won.
Emma, don't undermine
Probably
my point
not.
here. Please.
I got 156 points.
You were on like a 3-game losing streak.
No, it wasn't.
I'm almost caught you with points for this week because I'm coming, dude. And I didn't even have my starting quarterback.
I had a bad
I put
bye
Danny Dimes in, and he still threw for 4 TDs.
Yeah, you were playing the Jets.
Jets defense is very good, dude.
It isn't.
It isn't. Did you see them rip the ball out of Danny's hands?
That's because he can't hang on to the ball.
Well, finally, my point made. He may be able to throw the ball downfield.
He can throw the ball downfield.
That's the only place the fucking guy looks. Everything's down. There's no pocket awareness whatsoever.
No.
Someone came over and ripped the ball out of his hand. He didn't even know about it, I don't think. It was terrible.
Y'all got to get a really, really, really good line for him for the rest of his career.
Oh, because we've had such a great line historically for the last 15 years. It's going to be a shit show, bro. That's why we got to get someone that can run around. Half our line was hurt this week. Nate Solder went out. We had 2 other replacements. Will Hernandez was one of the only regular guys in there. It was, look. This is a work in progress. What concerns me more than anything else is that Saquon Barkley had 1 rushing yard. 1. Imagine the fantasy guys out there that played Saquon Barkley. 1 yard? He's averaged 2 yards per carry since he came back from this injury.
Yeah.
This is what worries me going forward. 2 yards per carry is a problem for a dynamic player like this guy. He might not even get 150 yards against the Bills' defense.
Well, you already played us.
I know.
Lost.
Well, it doesn't matter. That was early
does.
on the season, and I don't even know if he was there that game. You know what, Brenton? Fuck you, dude. Don't make me take the Bills this week and jinx your team. And I'm telling you,
you're not going to jinx our team. This is your get right week. You take the easiest pick on the board. Buffalo beats Miami by 3 touchdowns. You're back in the green.
We'll get to that in a minute. Colin Kaepernick has a tryout on Saturday. What are the odds he gets an actual offer from an NFL team? There are apparently about 12 teams going down there. I love it. I love this whole thing where it's like they just call them up. They were like, "Hey, you have a tryout on Saturday."
Well, you got to think.
Like, can we move it a little bit further down so more people can be like, "No, it's Saturday."
How many teams are on their second string quarterback as their starter now? And then how many teams just don't have a backup? You can't tell me that there's, what would that be, 64 quarterbacks that are better than Colin Kaepernick right now? Now, granted, he hasn't played in a couple of seasons,
Look,
but somebody's got to give him an offer.
You cannot tell me right now that talent-wise they aren't as equal Mitchell Trubisky and Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Talent-wise.
Well, look at the Carolina Panthers, because I think Cam Newton is past the point where he is the quarterback where that offense was built around him and his skill to run as well as throw, and he could fit into that system without them making any major adjustments.
I'm not saying Colin Kaepernick's a guy that you can, put your... He's not Lamar Jackson. He's not a guy like that's going to, completely turn... He might be a good backup quarterback. Mm-hmm. That's what probably he's looking at right now. But there are opportunities out there for him to compete for a job. Yeah. Now, I don't know who's going to look at him. I know they said the Giants were going to look at him.
Here, do you want me to list the teams?
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Ooh, yeah.
They could use him.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to get the first pick in the draft, but who would you rather coach up to a Taio, however you say that guy's name, if he's the first pick, than a guy who runs around like him or did it, Why not have Colin Kaepernick be the backup or compete against the...
You don't have to change your system. You're not going from a Cam Newton to a Kyle Allen.
No. And, he probably wins the job, in the beginning of the year, maybe.
Yeah, I think he
gets
come in
Daniel
next week and
Jones
play.
by, week 7 or whatever it is. But, exactly. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean
No. Yeah, the Cowboys, the Broncos, which I think he could start for the Broncos next week.
Yeah.
Another team that's like, hey, yeah, why not?
Yeah, the Lions. Don't know why they're there, but
I mean, because Matthew Stafford missed his first week in 8 years.
Well,
and now they're like, fuck it, send everyone to the Atlanta. We got to see what's what out there.
He's
the
got
Georgia kid.
Broken bones in his back. He was playing with a broken back, basically. He was
pussy.
playing through what you couldn't.
Playing
You
football
couldn't
with a
run a
herniated
marathon.
disc. I
He's
couldn't do a
playing
podcast.
Professional football. You're laying on the couch crying.
I would
about
argue
it.
that. I would argue that running a marathon is harder to do than playing one professional football
Not
game.
if you're getting hit with a broken back.
He didn't.
That guy takes hits. That guy is tough.
It was dark. It was sand everywhere, right, Em?
Yeah. Sure.
Yep. Who else is showing
it says the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Jameis Winston's a free agent after this season.
Yes. They need to cut ties with him.
Look, there are options. There are multiple options. Who says the Chargers don't need a backup quarterback? I mean, how many years is Philip Rivers going to play this game?
Bruce Arians runs the kind of offense that Kaepernick would thrive in. That'd be perfect if the Bucs were to get him.
All these teams. So, do you think that a team will pick him up?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Do you?
You think by this podcast next week he has a contract, or there are rumors of him having a contract?
Yes.
Really? For this season?
Maybe not for this season. I don't know how the eligibility works.
Yeah, this is it, man.
I think he can
He
be
can just
signed
show up.
Yeah, he
tomorrow.
could be signed.
Yeah.
He's a free agent.
Then maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
he's ready
playing
to
for a
go
team.
by the end of the year, last few games.
What do you think?
I think he's playing the XFL in February.
You think so? I don't think
Yeah.
he's going to a team. I think they're going to try him out. I think this is to kind of get everyone off the why hasn't Colin Kaepernick had a job? It's not the way it's normally done. They usually say they do them on Tuesdays because that's when most coaches have like a moment to think about things. It's Saturdays. It's like no one's thinking about this till Tuesday anyway. So why not just have it on a Tuesday?
And I'm wondering what reps they're sending because all the real coaches are going to be prepping, and all the scouts are going to be watching college games like they usually would on a Saturday.
Who's going down there?
The interns.
What decision makers are going down there is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's all going to be done on tape. And who has not seen tape of Colin Kaepernick work out before? That's all I'm saying. So I think this is a fucking show. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll get back to that. By the way, I want to talk about cheaters for a second. Did you hear about this Houston Astros story? You didn't hear about this, Brenton?
Oh, they were electronically stealing signs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Electronically stealing signs during the World Series.
When they won.
When they won in 2017.
It's ugly.
Real ugly, dude. And this is a culture down in Houston. Between the whole shenanigans with what happened during the World Series or after the ALCS and going to the World Series, and then they fumbled the ball on that. They really fucked that up big time. And then this whole shit, it's not a good thing down there. Nolan Ryan's gone. His son's gone.
So is this the possibility of the outcome? They could actually take the trophy away? Like if they found that they're just blatantly guilty, they can actually say, okay, you no longer have the title?
I don't think so. I mean,
So it's not like
you'd have to have...
Not like Shoeless Joe.
No. I mean, I don't know what would constitute... But if you're a Dodger fan, you're probably saying to yourself, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they got video and audio evidence of how it worked was they had a camera looking right at the catcher signs, going right to a feed down the hallway of the dugout onto a monitor. They would decipher, like they figured out what the thing, what was what. And then once they figured that out, even if it was a half second before the pitch, they'd bang on a bucket, like one of those Gatorade buckets, like once for fast, whatever they worked out. But they'd tell the pitch, like even if it was a half a second before, they were giving the actual pitch away.
Yeah, the breakdown I saw is whenever there was going to be an off-speed pitch, you heard the bang on the drum.
Yeah.
And you would see the catcher signal, and within half a second, they would have it fed to the dugout.
Boom.
And you would hear. It's very crazy.
And look, there's evidence already coming out. The Astros have already put out their slugging percentage. Most of their batting stats are road and home equal. So it's not like they're, a terrible team on the road and they're just magically putting this shit together at home.
Knowing the pitch certainly helps.
Especially during very strategic moments during the game.
Yeah.
When you're against a gifted lefty reliever during a tough situation and you don't know if he's going to throw the fastball or the slider, and then all of a sudden you hear that boom and you're like, here comes the fucking slider. Let me sit on it or just wait on it. And you work a walk instead of something else, you know? Little things like that. It bothers me. It doesn't bother me in the sense of like, look, I'm sure all these teams do some sort of version of something like this, but to be as blatant as this, to get caught and whatever, and say whatever you want, it's players leaving there and then bitching about it.
Yeah.
So there's something wrong there. There's something wrong in the clubhouse. There's something wrong with the climate there that people feel disgruntled enough to go. Because, that's a pretty shitty thing to do, to kind of like rat on another team. And chances are he might not get another job because, you don't want that kind of player around, really. But he did it, and he felt enough to go, I got to say something about this. So, look, it bothers me.
How do you feel when they take away titles like that? Do you think it does anything?
No.
I don't either.
No, like with the whole USC Reggie Bush thing, it's like they played the games. All those guys, everyone's taking money. However you assembled these group of guys there, they all competed on the same field. So you could take the title away, whatever. I don't think that they weren't the best team that year. It doesn't make a difference to me. I don't feel like if it's like the home run thing with McGuire and Sosa and stuff like that, that's a different story. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that you should not even recognize their achievements, but we have to put it in context. And so, team cheating as far as gambling or illegal, like even what's going on in Memphis right now with basketball, the college basketball, with Penny Hardaway. He paid for a student to relocate, which would be fine, except he went to school there and he's a donator there, so technically he's a booster. So one of their best recruits, they're saying is not allowed to play. They're playing him anyway, so they're kind of gambling with their season.
Yeah,
because if it doesn't come through their way, then their whole season is nullified. And they got a really good team.
Yeah,
they got a really, really good team, and they also have the #1 recruiting team for next year, which is pretty unheard of for Memphis. So I'm happy that Penny Hardaway's doing a good job down there. But like exactly what I'm saying is, if they went out and won the NCAA tournament, I would not have a problem with them. Putting that, if they recruited a guy right before the tournament who was shouldn't be allowed to play, and they got some sort of, then that's a different story. But if this is a squad you went out with, then that's the team that won. That was the better team. So there's no reason to sit there. But performance enhancing shit, that's a different story. Yeah, I'm just as far as Kaepernick's concerned, I hope that he gets a fair shot. I don't think it is a fair shot. I think this is just going to be some sort of show, but we'll see what happens when he goes out there. He's in better shape than I am. I've weighed myself this morning, and it's not good.
How much?
Do you want to take a guess?
193.
Oh my
God. No.
Is that way too much?
No. No, he's at 218.
No, 193 exactly. Good job.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Are you in the bathroom with me?
I should work at a carnival.
Dude, that was amazing. That's like guessing how many marbles are in like that jar during. God.
How many cupcakes are in that belly right now?
So my wife and I tell her today, I know what I want for Christmas. I want a Peloton bike. And she's like, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
We had a whole episode dedicated to Peloton where you were out of commission.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Josh Martin got a Peloton bike, and he's obsessed with it.
He is?
Yeah, you guys can put them next to each other. You can ride and work out together. It'll be great.
Well, I'm interested because, I'm a huge Stern fan. So Stern got a Peloton, and he's like, it's better on his back and knees than running. So I'm like, okay, this is probably better for my back. But my wife insists that my back is going to be fucked up again from Peloton. And that I'm like, well, I have to do something because I'm gaining at a very high speed rate.
Stop eating.
Like So she said,
"What are you eating?"
She goes, you're like a little wolf when you come home from the Comedy Store at night. A little like a little. You hear like, the kitchen snacks,
Halloween candy.
Yeah, bro. And so it's all there, and that I know I have to do that. But here's the deal: I know I can do both. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I've done it before. So,
well, you better. We're going to run another marathon.
I'm just telling you, I have to get back and I have to be able to I have to sweat. I have to be able to generate a full lather of sweat the way I used to 3 or 4 times a week. So she tells me I have to swim. That's the only, I go, you can't sweat in the fucking pool. And she's like, you're not understanding what I'm saying. So essentially now I'm going to get my LA Fitness membership back. They got the big lap pools. I'm going to get a Speedo, goggles, and I want to get underwater headphones. I don't know if anyone, are there
Those
any
exist?
Yeah, underwater headphones.
So you can listen to music while you swim?
Yep.
And it doesn't sound like it's underwater?
Well, I don't know. I've never done it, but I know people that have them.
I'm so fascinated.
Well, if anyone out there has underwater headphones or can recommend some good underwater headphones, hit me up because I'm very much interested in them. I also hope it's like if you put your phone next to the pool that you can do laps and not have it like not
drop out.
Yeah, drop out.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking to like go into the ocean or into deep waters or sea. I'm looking to go into the LA Fitness or La Fitness, as my dad says.
That's where I go.
He goes, "Do you ever go to La Fitness?" I go, "What'd you say, Dad?" He goes, "La Fitness." I go, "Dad, you see the periods between the A and the L?"
I thought it was a French company.
Yep, that's what he said. So heading on down to La Fitness to head into the chlorinated pool to swim laps. That's what I'm looking for. So hit me up if you know any suggestions about that. Because I got to get down to like, I came back from Scotland and I was gross at that point, but I was like 170. Gained like 23 pounds since basically my surgery.
In the
so
holidays.
You're telling me that you were gross 23 pounds ago?
No. I was like I looked like my pants were falling off me. I didn't look like healthy. I looked like a guy who just hadn't eaten and was sick, like Christian Bale, like when he loses weight for roles and shit, like that, like just gaunt and like that.
But the holidays are coming up.
Figure it out,
dude. I got a problem. The holidays are coming up. Here's my thought, and I think I can do it. Thanksgiving to Christmas, no booze, no sugar, no nothing. Just celebrate the holidays on the fucking holidays, right? So go hard Thanksgiving, and then the next day is truly Black Friday. Like start that day, just like swimming, really controlling what I eat, and seeing no alcohol, and try to go from there to Christmas Eve without,
But
and
there's
see what I can
holiday
do.
parties and
Look, dude. There's one we go to the Comedy Store holiday party. I got to go on the road once or twice, and those weekends I can control myself. And then I go out with my wife on the holiday party night. And you know what I'll do? I'll do what I do every year. I don't drink. She likes to drink that night, so I drive. I'm like a chauffeur. Her and her friend, they get in the car. I eat a small edible, and I drive them around everywhere. I'm not even high. I'm just relaxed. Not drunk, just chatty, and everyone has a great fucking time, dude. And I'll do that just like I do every year. But this year I won't like pig out on all the fucking food and stuff. That's what I do.
Edibles have calories too.
Well, look, those are necessary calories. There's calories in air, right?
There are.
I don't know.
No.
I'm sure in LA there are calories in this filthy air.
In the smog.
Incorrect.
And the smog out here is
There's no science backing that.
Actually, not in LA. Otherwise, people wouldn't breathe here. They'd be like, absolutely not. No way. I had other things I wanted to say. Did you guys have anything? Oh my God. That poor woman. Did you see today? They got the diarrhea spilled on her.
Yeah.
What?
I'll pull it up.
Please pull this up. You thought you had a bad day?
No, I didn't, but it sounds like this woman had a
You could have just gone along with it for the bit,
Yeah,
right?
I had a bad day.
Well, not compared to this woman,
She had a shitty day?
More than that. She had a duty juice day.
Duty juice?
A whole bucket.
What?
Bucket of hot diarrhea. Hot.
How do you have hot diarrhea? Like freshly shit diarrhea?
Yeah, that's
or like
fresh
they
from the
heated it
tap.
up?
It's like a month's worth.
Well, either way, it was hot yesterday out in the valley. I don't know. I'm going to assume this was the valley.
This was the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it was around the corner from my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the heart of it.
Nice.
You know, this woman could have been you, Em.
Yeah,
And
good thing I didn't leave my house yesterday.
You would have thought it was a Jimmy Kimmel prank on Hollywood Boulevard. Lo and behold, it's just some man with a bucket of hot diarrhea.
Was it that hot yesterday? I guess it kind of was.
Look, whether or not the diarrhea was warmed up, lukewarm, room temperature, or really scalding, diarrhea poured on top of you is not how I want it.
That's
it was
vile.
diarrhea, hot liquid, Heidi Van Tassel said.
Here's the direct quote. It was diarrhea, hot liquid. I was soaked, and it was coming off my eyelashes and into my eyes. Paramedics who came to treat me said there was so much of it on me that it looked like the man was saving it up for a month.
Oh my God. Was there like a reason he dumped it on her specifically?
I have no idea.
Do you need a trash can?
You wanted to talk about this, Steve.
I thought I could handle it, Brenton.
I didn't want to talk about this.
That
I didn't
was
want to
She
take
is
bets.
so
That was a very detailed
She
quote.
is so descriptive. I really like. This is when you know things are taken out of context. Like, there's no way. Can you please repeat what the woman said back?
Do you need a
can you
trash
scroll
can,
back
Steve?
up? Like,
Please don't.
no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna control it. But hold on.
It was all inside of my
No,
car
go
because
back.
it was
Yes.
so much. He just kept pouring it and
You have to
splattering it
realize
all
this
over
woman
me.
was probably screaming this.
Yeah,
at
of
the
course.
top of her lungs. It was.
Wait,
okay.
so was she just like a random passerby and he was like, that looks
She
like
was
the
just
woman?
going to his car and he just dumped it on her. She won the lottery.
I'm telling you,
That's fucked up.
it's a sign. It's happening. They're
What?
coming for us.
Who, the crazies?
Everyone. Yep.
Yep.
The
It's-
diarrhea's coming? for
Oh,
us?
Em, this is just the beginning.
like
This
the-
week it's buckets of hot diarrhea. Next week it's I don't know.
What's worse than a bucket of
I mean,
hot
really,
diarrhea?
what I'm trying to think. Like, there's no other.
No, there's not.
That's like pretty
Well,
up there.
let's play hot diarrhea, piss, blood, or cum. Would you rather-
Vomit. Vomit would
Out
be
of all
pretty
those,
gross.
Yeah.
blood.
Which would be your first? You want splashed on you?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Out of all
Blood.
those,
No.
out of
From a stranger?
those other
From-
options.
No.
These are
Piss.
your options that you're gonna. One
You
of the-
go piss.
They're
one.
gonna splash on you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You go
Hot
piss.
diarrhea,
Yeah,
piss,
Brenton.
blood, vomit, or semen.
blood all the way. I've seen that way more.
Blood?
Yes.
No.
That's so
Dude,
gross.
that's
Don't,
the worst.
You
They're all
don't
gross,
do
though.
that.
They're all
You're
gross.
gonna get sick.
But
Yes.
she has
This-
to go to the hospital every 3 months now to be
Yeah,
tested. For
all of those
head-
things that
All of
you
those
just-
things
all
are
those
gonna
things
have,
that you just
dude.
named,
You're not
you'd have
walking
to
away, taking a
accept-
shower, and being like, "What's his name?" Maybe we'll email each other.
Well, piss is the only thing that you would be okay because it's sterile.
Yeah, I'm with Brenton
It would be
on this.
gross,
Yeah.
but you're not going to have to go to the hospital. You're
You
not
just
gonna
have to, like,
be
take a really
paranoid
hot
that you
shower.
have
Take piss out of it now.
hepatitis
Now
or
you gotta-
AIDS or
I mean,
Yeah,
a
but
plethora of other
piss
diseases.
smells. Blood does it.
bro,
I'd rather
smell
smell
lasts
for a
for
little
minutes,
bit.
a little
Yeah.
bit. It's
you go
momentarily.
shower. It's not like you get covered in
The
piss and you're like,
thought
well, I'm
of
just going to
having-
continue with the rest of my life.
Of
Just like a
tainted
Japanese
blood.
game show.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this poor woman. I don't know what she does, this Heidi Van Tassel, but she deserves a little bit of time off from work.
Yeah.
A little bit of time to kind of reconnect.
She needs a new therapist. She needs a whole team of therapists.
I was soaked. I mean, does it say the victim suffers from PTSD? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course. Yeah. It was awful. It changed my life, she said, tearfully recalling. It changed my life. Now, look. Now she's being a little over dramatic. Okay. Now, look. I understand you had an encounter. It did not go your way. And look. It would be a big, big tentpole in my life if someone poured a bucket of hot shit on me. But it wouldn't change the trajectory of who I am as a person.
You might look over your shoulder while you're getting your keys out for your car.
mean,
Yeah, wouldn't that make like you'd be walking down the street and you'd
Em, what are
constantly
the
be
chances
scared?
that someone's gonna? What are the odds that someone's gonna dump another bucket of hot? You think this guy is going after her with hot buckets of diarrhea? That's it. You've already paid your. You're
Yeah,
not.
but what does that say about your luck in the world that you happen to be that person that got that bucket of shit dumped on your head?
I'd say I'm good to go from now on, dude.
Or maybe that just cleared her bad karma.
That's
she's
it.
starting
She's
from scratch.
Who knows what kind of person she is?
Yeah, maybe she's a shitty person.
She
That's why
could
she
be
got
a
covered in
real
shit.
terrible person. It changed my life. This could be her, like what's that Christmas movie?
Wonderful Life.
Wonderful Life. Where now all of a sudden she's a great person. Once they poured the bucket of shit on her, now she's like she's gonna get back to society. I think I'd go with no. Piss would be it, but what would be after that? After that, it's a real.
After that, I guess you got to go. You got if we're talking strictly to avoid disease, you got to go piss and then semen, and then after that, it's like good luck. Maybe vomit.
But shit's the worst.
Shit's probably right there with
all right.
blood.
Shit and blood are like even.
Yep, we got it. Okay.
All right, Steve's gonna throw up.
No, it's just
You brought this up.
No, I got it, but I think we really nailed it now.
He texted us and said, "Hey, I want to talk about this."
I just saw it. I thought it was kind of funny.
You got a baby tummy.
I thought it was topical, Brenton.
You got a baby tummy.
See, but as a comedian, my first thought was, do I know the guy?
That did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you see if like when I look at the picture of like this is what happened, I'm not looking at the person that it happened to. I'm looking at the person that they did it. So I'm like, oh, is this an open mic comedian?
Where have I seen that guy before?
Did he not get on the list this week or something at the Comedy Store? Dion Waiters had quite an interesting week.
Oh, God.
Did you hear about this one, Brenton? Dion Waiters, basketball player for the
Miami
Heat, yes. And played the Los Angeles Lakers this past week, taking a flight home on the team plane, and lost it a bit. Had a bit of an incident. He apparently was given an edible from Los Angeles. Ate said edible, and just the panic attack. They said stroke, or no, not seizure. They said seizure, but it wasn't a seizure. Yeah. The guy just fucking lost it, and so he got suspended for 10 games. Got in trouble with the team. This isn't like, I mean, he's gotten in trouble before, but this is his first sort of drug sort of violation, and so suspended for 10 games. And he had a clause in his contract: if he played 70 games in the season, he gets a $1.2 million bonus, which now he can't get because he got suspended for 10 games. Look. No one's, because they were reporting it at one point as an overdose. No one's ever overdosed on pot. Let's continue to make sure everyone knows that.
Wait, so he just had a panic attack?
So where's the article? I'll read it. Or can someone pull it up? Yeah.
Here, I have it right here. So he was on a flight from Phoenix to LA. They're on the West Coast.
He was on the team plane, yeah. So it wasn't like a regular commercial flight.
Got it.
And I guess,
is that the difference? Like if he had been on a commercial flight and he had a panic attack because he ate an edible, he'd be fine?
No, I think he would be in trouble too. I mean, with his job, I don't think he would have gotten in trouble. He would have sent him in the hospital. He wasn't. He was just in trouble because he's a basketball player and they're not supposed to be taking drugs.
Eating weed? That's crazy.
Yeah, even though all NBA players take weed. I mean, almost
because weed's definitely not enhancing your performance.
No.
If anything, it's hurting it.
I mean, it's just helping with the pain.
What?
I mean, they beat each other up. I don't think people realize how violent that sport is.
Highly.
And they don't wear pads.
Allen Iverson, they said, played most games completely high.
Yeah.
Most games completely high. And so, of course, these guys, I mean, they're beating their bodies up on a daily basis.
And none of them want to get a week off.
And they all know the benefits of marijuana. All of them. So they know what the difference between that or taking pills. They understand the lifestyle. So, but this guy got in trouble, and so I guess what did they say? He had a panic attack. Did he say? They
say he fell asleep, and then they tried to wake him up when it landed. Had a panic attack, had a seizure, whatever, and then medical personnel had to come on. So I think that's what kind of got the NBA involved.
He probably was like, I can't. Like what? This is what happened. I'm guessing right now. They went out to a weed shop, which, by the way, I went to this morning, and my place just shut down. I don't like how they just get fucking, like, lights out, like everything's
overnight.
off. Overnight. Gone.
Why?
Don't know. No one's there to tell you why.
Probably because the laws are still super weird.
Yes.
And so people, like, skirt around them, and then they get busted.
Busted, dude. So my place is shut down. Anyway, they probably went to a place, high-end, and they probably bought, like, a 200 milligram gummy bear, sativa. And they probably gave it to Dion Waiters, whatever, calm down. And Sativa's the one that keeps you going.
Well, 200 milligram gummy
is also,
a lot.
yeah, that's what, like,
it's a ton.
Joey Diaz takes. Cocksucker. Come on, cocksucker. Give me a star, Lee. When those fucking the stars of death.
Yeah, they're insane.
Yeah. So those are that's not meant, those are meant to, like, nibble on here and there.
Yeah.
Not to eat the whole thing.
Yeah, I once ate an 80 milligram edible and I was high for like 2 days.
Oh, I can eat 100 right now and drive home.
What?
Yeah.
I
Well,
can eat
probably
like
not drive
10,
home, but
15, maybe 20
walk
if I'm
home.
not driving.
I wonder when
But
it
I don't
wore
really
off
like
for
them
him.
that much.
Like how long do you think that took to wear off?
Oh, well, see, he probably,
They probably pumped him full of fluids or something.
right away, yeah, they just have to get you back down to, like, calm. Whatever's going to calm you down. Maybe, like, a little bit of, what's like a Demerol or something like that, or like an opiate, just to chill you out a little bit, which is terrible. But he hit the gas way too hard. I've done that before.
It's always with edibles.
You
though,
have a
right?
panic attack when you take those sativa too hard, too much right away. It's like I can't. I sometimes I get I can't. You get like
Yeah.
and he probably didn't know what was going on. He couldn't control it. And he lost his mind for a little bit, but it cost him $1.2 million, probably.
It cost him more.
Why?
They're saying because of his suspension, he's missing out on like $800,000 in salary for those games that he's going to miss. And then based on what it's going to do to his reputation and trying to find another team, because Miami might just cut ways with him, that he might lose basically the rest of his career.
I mean,
someone might take a chance on him, but they're not going to pay him top dollar.
It's pretty ridiculous when you think about it. I mean, Em, your point is like thinking about getting suspended for marijuana.
It seems silly.
It almost is like the story is ridiculous. That's why it's a story.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
And
if
so-
he caused that much of a commotion where like medical personnel had to come on the plane and stuff, I can see where that's an issue.
Yeah,
Does
but
that make sense?
yeah, but like if it was a normal person, he probably would have just been taken to the hospital and that was it. But
Yeah.
his job is NBA player, and I guess it's embarrassing to the team. And so I don't know was it the team or the league?
I think it was the league.
The league, yeah. I don't know if there's like a 10-game minimum suspension for drugs or whatever getting
Right.
popped on that. I mean, I wonder if he can get suspended now if he gets a blood test in like 2 weeks. He'll definitely have THC in his system. They know it. Pop him again. Yeah, that sucks. But learn how to control your shit.
He plays for one of the best teams in the league too. The Heat are one of the best.
They're
teams
young
in the
and they
Eastern Conference.
Yeah, the Eastern Conference sucks, but they're in contention over there.
Yeah.
You know who sucks? My New York Knicks.
Yeah.
2-9, one of the worst starts in the history of the team. And let me
Hell
tell you
yeah.
something, we've had some bad fucking teams. About to fire their coach, David Fizdale, pretty much any day now. Which is terrible because he's a fantastic coach. Mm-hmm. Really, one of the best coaches out there. So that's how bad it is right now. It is so bad that it's almost unfixable. You've got the worst owner in sports, followed by a really bad president in Steve Mills, and then Perry and the GM is just. I mean, it's just. I don't know. I don't know. I would have thought out of all those people, the best basketball mind there is David Fizdale. So, and you're getting rid of him. So it's no one expected them to be a good team. No one expected them to even probably make the playoffs, but maybe win 30 games in the East, which is much, much easier to do than the Western Conference. If they were in the Western Conference, they might not win 10 games this year. But we'll see. I mean, my kids talk. They're going to go try out for basketball. It starts up in a couple weeks, and they go, when we go to New York, we go to a Knick game, and I'm no. It's like one of the only times I'll be like no, and it's not because like I just it's not because I'm like, oh, I'm embarrassed to be a Knick fan or whatever. It's just like I'm not spending $150 a seat to bring them to go watch a team that is that bad.
Do you think the Nets will ever overtake them in New York?
Oh, they have.
They have already?
They have. When you see guys like Kevin Durant, who are, who is arguably the best player, if not one of the best players, the guy we targeted 2 years ago, tell people now, openly admit it wasn't even a consideration for him to come there. That's how you know. Because they've done nothing. It's not like the Lakers that won championships in the 80s and the 2000s that have, just a hold, and the Yankees that have a hold on the city. And yeah, the Mets have won World Series here and there and have been competitive here and there, but it's a Yankee city for the most part. It's a Los Angeles Lakers city. It's up for grabs this year, but for this year. Okay? In New York, the Nets realize, they go, "What? This team hasn't won a championship in almost 50 years.
Jesus.
1970. What allegiance, besides just being the original team from New York, do we have? Let's go get the best players. We got a better stadium in a better borough. Arguably now in New York, it's like Brooklyn. Everything's Brooklyn now.
And you got Jay-Z.
And you got Jay-Z as an owner, part owner. It's like, we're cool, dude. And there's no reason. You can live in New York. You can live in the cooler borough. You can get paid just as much money, and you'll be on a better, more competitive team. A team that made the playoffs last year. And so that's why. That's why that. And I knew it when we didn't get the number one pick. And we didn't get Zion. The cards were all laid out, and so this is it now. I don't know who they get to coach. Barrett is a great young player. We'll see if they can put pieces around him. Julius Randle's not a bad player. They've got talented players, but it's just disaster right now. Fucking disaster. Yeah. But then at least they don't do load management. What do you guys think about this load management?
Not a
stuff?
fan of it. I hate it. I was really looking forward after this podcast last Wednesday to watch that Clippers game.
Yeah, and they load managed you.
Yeah. No
They shot a
Kawhi.
load right into you and managed to disappoint you.
Did the Clippers lose that game?
Yeah, they're 0-2 in the two games that he's load managed. And Michael Jordan's on record saying he got paid to play 82 games a year.
Yeah.
And now it's a thing where if you play 82 games, you're a fucking sucker. That's how they look at you.
Yeah.
Because analytics have shown that, the best, you get the most out of a player if you play him 70 games or something, some sort of number like that, or whatever it is. Off nights or the night after an off night, the productivity goes up X amount, whatever it is. The numbers prove that it works. Kawhi Leonard's body says it works. And, it worked last year for him in Toronto. It was part of what he negotiated into his contract in the Clippers.
Well, then I have no problem with it. If
But
you put it
dude,
in the contract, then it's
Okay.
fine. If there was nothing in the contract about him sitting out games when he felt
I don't know
tired,
if it's written down, but it is some sort of. It can't be written down because it's illegal.
Yeah.
The NBA sort of been like, they try to, put the kibosh on and say, like, you cannot sit a player a healthy scratch.
They fined the Spurs a couple years ago for doing it.
Same thing with him. And Popovich was like, fuck you, I'll do what I want to do. And sort of, and him and David Silver. But the problem is that they have bosses. And their bosses are ESPN, Disney, ABC, Warner, Time Warner, whoever pays for these games. And these look, you can go to a Clippers game for $6. You can do that any night you want. They're one of the most reasonable priced, no matter. And I applaud them for that. They got an extremely wealthy owner. They don't have to gouge. So I'm okay with but Daddy, we only go to one game a year. Well, you can go to another game for $6, and you can see Kawhi Leonard another night. But for the hopefully the 10 million people you want watching TV at home, you're going to lose 4 million of them if it's not a competitive game and you see Kawhi Leonard and Paul George in street clothes sitting on the sideline.
Yeah.
So it's almost and let me tell you, they know beforehand. So it's not like you tune in to find out, well, I hope he's playing tonight. They'll tell you beforehand. So that kills it right there. People are like, fuck it. It's not must-watch TV. Tonight's game is going to be really good. He's playing tonight. They're playing the Rockets. So you got him and Patrick Beverley going against James Harden and Russell Westbrook. That's going to be a real fucking fun game. Last week was fun too. You had the Clippers going against the Milwaukee Bucks, the defending Eastern Conference champions. You had arguably the best player on the floor sitting in street clothes on the side. Again, I'm not a technically Clipper fan. I'm sure fucking Tripoli goes nuts about it. Or if you're a Clipper fan, you go, hey, trust the process.
Trust the process.
And win a championship at the end of the year.
Exactly.
Might be that.
I'm fine with it. It sucks, but I'm fine with it.
They don't do it anywhere else, though, dude. It makes you look like a fucking real big baby.
And if they win...
Could you imagine if hockey players talked about load management? If Connor McDavid was like, hey... They do it with certain sports. I mean, they did it with Steven Strasburg. That was load management in the beginning of his career.
But pitchers are
certain
different.
amount of innings.
Yeah, pitchers are different though.
But it's almost reversed. It's the team saying, "Hey, we're taking." It's not like the player being like, "Hey, just shut me down." It's strange to hear the player dictate to the team, this is where and when I'm going to play.
I don't disagree with that, but if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then maybe they can make a rule that he can't do it next year. But if it works,
yeah,
I would rather not get to see my star player play a dozen games out of the season and also win a championship than
it's not just a dozen, by the way. It's any back-to-backs, and they have 20 back-to-backs.
I'm okay with that if they win.
So you want him to sit 20 games?
If they win.
Then again, it could
cost. If he's fresh for the playoffs, then yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go 82 games and then all of a sudden he's just complete dog shit in the playoffs because he's exhausted and
But
beat
if you go, let's just say hypothetically, 10-10 in those 20 games, 10 losses, the difference in the Western Conference between second and the 8th seed could be easily 2 or 3 losses.
Well, he may have to step up for a few of those games and just tough it out to make the playoffs.
Load management, Em. What days are you taking off? You don't do back-to-back days on podcast, do you?
Me?
Yeah, you. You do load management.
No, I'm back-to-back every day of the week.
Fuck, dude. Every day of the week.
You mean, do I take days off from working?
Yeah.
No.
Never.
Nope.
Now, didn't Doc Rivers get fined, I think, for some comments he made? Because
it's hard to say because it's like the next day. It's like, hey, is he playing? It's like, yeah, of course he's playing. Mm-hmm. How's he feeling? Great.
Rested.
Yeah. Because he is. I'm
okay with it.
As long as they announce it before and it doesn't mess up the gambling.
But they announced it the day of last Wednesday, and they really wanted to sell that game because it was Giannis versus Kawhi. Mm-hmm. And I really planned on watching it. And then I find out Kawhi's not playing. Why the hell am I watching that game?
I know. The NFL team got in trouble this week. Who was it? Someone, because they didn't list him on Saturday as a no-go. It wasn't Nick Foles. It wasn't the fucking mustache guy behind him. I can't remember which quarterback it was. But everyone's like, oh, we knew he wasn't playing on Saturday, and he was a scratch on Sunday.
Yeah, they were in a bye week, the Jaguars.
I don't know who it was.
It says Mike Tomlin. The NFL.
So was it Mason Rudolph?
Let's see.
I don't know. I thought somebody...
Yeah, they inaccurately listed Ben Roethlisberger on the practice report prior to the... Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just somebody who can't read, writing down the wrong name.
But you get fined for shit like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. $75,000.
Damn, dude.
That's probably, I doubt it was Tomlin that actually wrote it. Maybe it was, but that's one of those things where you're so used to Ben Roethlisberger just being the quarterback that you just blindly do it without thinking about it and submit it.
Look, what's Pittsburgh this year?
They're 5-5.
Let's see.
Are they 4-5 or 5-5 or 5-4?
You have to worry about them.
Games.
Yeah,
they won 5 weeks in a row, I believe. So it looks like they are 5-4.
5-4. So that's another team that Buffalo Bills have to worry about.
No problem.
I'm telling you, man, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, we are. The Giants aren't making the playoffs.
No,
the Giants aren't making the playoffs, Steve. The Bills will be in there. We're going to be a one and done in the wild card.
I think they still make it too. I think you lose this bet, Steve.
I don't think so, bro. You want to double up on this thing?
I'll double up.
One and done.
I'll
baby.
get it on this. I gotta root for my team.
God, I can't wait till they don't make the playoffs and the two of you.
I'll go through a table.
You two will have to go through a table if you lose. It has to be you two going through a table if you lose. Tandem, one table, two tables, same time. You're going through a table off of the trailer over here in the All Things Comedy Studio.
As a Bills fan, I don't mind if I lose if I get to go through a table.
I got tables, dude. I don't mind putting up my tables.
Look at Mr. Money Tables over here.
No, dude, I got plenty of fucking tables.
I got tables.
Dude, you talking about a family man over here? I got fucking folding tables for days, bro. I'll bury you in folding tables.
This guy is the Mattress Mac of tables.
Oh, Mattress Mac. Thank you to our sponsor, Mattress Mac. Always the #1 mattresses in the Houston area. If you're looking to get ridiculed by an assistant GM, if you're looking to be part of a cheating baseball organization, or if you're looking for a well-crafted, mid-sized mattress, head down to Mattress Mac in Houston, Texas, where I will never be welcome.
Hey, do you want to know what your neighbor's sleep number is? Mattress Mac's got a mattress that's going to electronically figure that out.
He'll give you your neighbor's information, their social security number, their bank routing number, all that shit. Mattress Mac, he'll give you everything you want about your neighbors. The guy, trust me, he's dirty. Let's get to our picks this week to get Lucas paid. Every week the guy puts up a brilliant video. Not much brilliance last week because we didn't say anything too brilliant, but we're going to try again, Lucas. We're going to try again.
I mean, as hard as it is, it's really hard to go to 0-3. It's very hard. I don't think we'll ever do it again this year.
I disagree.
If we can go 0-3, we can go 3-0.
Absolutely. We hadn't gone 0-3 yet. I thought we'd go. I was hoping we'd go 3-0 before we went 0-3, but I thought it was going to be inevitable. All right. I went first last week. That didn't work out. I think I went first last week. Mm-hmm. Let's let Brenton go first this week. And that way we'll just get, everyone knows what to do. The opposite. Here we go. 1 week of preparation. The schedule's been out for over a year. This guy's still...
Do I dare?
Dude, do whatever you want.
Do I dare, Steve?
Bro, no one is more consistent than you.
Do I dare say that this is the week the Bengals cover the spread in Oakland?
That's 10.5. I picked up the Oakland defense just for this lone reason.
And you're going to lose.
I honestly believe Oakland makes the playoffs before the Buffalo Bills make the playoffs.
The Cincinnati Bengals are going to cover the spread in Oakland, and Lucas is going to get paid.
I can't believe you took that pick. Please bet against that pick. Please. Please. Lucas, can you believe that we're starting off like this?
We can't go wrong after this, me and you.
Nothing. I can't believe you did that. Why would you do that?
It's too big of a spread. Oakland has a shitty pass defense. They're going to throw the ball a lot. They're going to be able to keep it within 10.5.
I don't know.
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
The Bengals are the worst team in the league.
By far. And I'm going to put in a lock of the week. I'm going to bet my own $50 on the reverse of what he's doing for the two of us, and I'll give you the money out of that, dude. I'm telling you right now. I know how bad that pick is. I can't even look at it on your stupid
Joe
piece of paper.
Mixon is starting to run well.
Oakland's
defense is not good.
Jeez Louise, man.
Tyler Eifert's coming on.
God, dude.
You got Boyd, you got Auden Tate, you got Erickson. They're all looking sharp.
I'm taking I'm going to take Baltimore to cover the 4 at home over Houston. I think that game, what's the over-under on that game? I would also take
it's 49.5.
I would take the over on that game. I think it's going to be about 35, 28, somewhere around there. I don't think Houston's defense will be able to keep up with Baltimore's offense. I think Baltimore's defense will keep Hopkins and Watson sort of in check. They'll score a decent amount of points, but they won't be able to.
Will Fuller's back this week as well.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I like Baltimore to cover the 4.5.
Yeah, that's a good
4.
pick.
Okay, let's keep it in the NFC North. I'm going to take Pittsburgh over Cleveland.
Pittsburgh over Cleveland. Man, again, you're betting against Cleveland. This is 2 weeks in a row.
I don't think they're good. I think the Bills they had a bad week. They're a borderline playoff team. I think they make the playoffs, Buffalo, but Cleveland I still think isn't that good. I would take Mike Tomlin over Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah, I mean, where is that game?
It's in Cleveland.
It's in Cleveland, and Cleveland's -3.
It's in Cleveland, and Cleveland's -3. Well,
it's Thursday night, too.
I hate Thursday night games.
I know. Cleveland at home. They're coming off a win. Pittsburgh coming off a big win. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not 100% sold, but I like your thinking on it.
I mean, when it comes to something like this...
Pittsburgh's on a roll.
Yeah. And I just look at the head coaches. I don't think Freddie Kitchens is. I think he's one of the worst coaches in the league. I think Tomlin's one of the best. He'll have those guys ready to go.
Yeah, I feel better if it was 3 because then I know a field goal and I'm push.
Wait, it's 3.5?
It is 3.
Okay, I think
it is 3?
Yeah.
It is 3.
What is that? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
The other game
3 is okay.
The other game I really liked, I almost took, was I think Denver covers against Minnesota as well.
You know what's so funny? I was about to take the complete opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's too
Denver
big of a spread.
at home, dude.
No. It's
this
Minnesota.
Is one of those games.
Minnesota at home, but this is a game that Kirk Cousins.
Minnesota at home.
Kirk Cousins is going to turn back into Kirk Cousins from weeks 1 through 5.
They have not figured out. They have not figured out defense yet in Denver. They had 6 sacks last week.
They haven't figured out defense in Denver? It's one of the best defenses.
They had 7 sacks going into the week.
They haven't figured out offense.
They had 7 sacks going into the week. They had 6 last week. Okay?
They're a good defense.
Trust me, they're not going to be able to keep up at home with the Minnesota defense. Minnesota's going to cover that game. I stayed away because the spread's 10.5. It's a little big.
It's big. I didn't say Denver wins. I said Denver covers.
I mean, they might cover. They might cover. But not wins, dude.
And I want to put this out in the universe. Josh Martin, the Saints are going to win.
Against Tampa?
The Saints will win.
That's another game I was going to say. Tampa, I mean, coming off the loss.
Lock it in. The Saints will win.
They're going to win, dude, but they might not. They're going to cover, too.
I hope they fucking lose.
Dude, what? He was so pissed off last night. Fucking Brenton. Mush. Fucked up my team. Dude, I truly think you need to reevaluate your Buffalo Bills situation. I think the playoffs are, as these other teams are starting to get better, you're getting worse.
We're not getting worse.
You're not getting better.
We're learning about ourselves.
And that's not getting better.
But we're 6-3 through 9 games, and I feel good about that.
Okay. Keep telling yourself that. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the podcast for this week. Oh, go see The Irishman. I saw it with Simone yesterday.
It's good.
Yeah, you got to block out 3 hours and 42 minutes of your life.
That's how long it is?
Yes. 3 hours.
Is it Ken Burns' film?
No. No, it is remarkable, the CGI stuff. Because you're like, it actually pissed me off. Because I was like, they look younger. They look as young as I do. Mm-hmm. And the movie's long enough to make you think about like how crazy it is that it's working. You know what I'm saying? Like that it works that well. Because you see them, it's not like action where they're running around and they have to it's just long talking scenes where you're like, God damn. And then they get older at the end, and now you're like, is that how they really look? Like, I want to know how Pesci, if he was really wearing makeup at the end when they would get older. I guess they're older at the end than they actually are right now. It's a big time jump, but it was good. I have to go watch it again to make sure it was great. I've gotten some, people. Joe DeRose is like, it's the greatest movie. Relax, let's pump the brakes. I went with Simone. He gets very excited about everything. So, but it's 3 hours and 40 minutes. You don't have a lot of time to talk after, because people have other shit they got to do with their lives. So, go see The Irishman if you can. It's only playing in 4 theaters around here. Wow. We go downtown Los Angeles to the Alamo Draft House.
And we want to thank Martin Scorsese for sponsoring the podcast.
Thank you,
really
Martin.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Martin, for all the years of.
You give us shout outs, we give you shout outs.
Go see your movie. Really good job. Nicely done, Paisan. That's the podcast for this week. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at What's the Odds Steve. Gmail is what's the Gmail again?
Bad Bets for Steve.
Bad Bets for Steve. If you have any bad bets stories you want to tell us about, or just email us anything anyway. Any road dates coming up, guys? Where are you going?
I'm going to be at the Fort Lauderdale Improv next weekend, and then the Addison Improv December 3rd through 5th, if that's a weekend, or 5th through 7th, whatever the weekend is.
Whatever the weekend is in December.
First week of December.
Lucas.
Dope. I'll be at the Comedy Store Saturday. I'll be in Santa Monica on the west side at the West Side Comedy Theater at 11 on Friday, and then Phoenix December 5th through 8th with Steve Simone at the House of Comedy.
Fuck yeah.
And Lee Syatt.
Lee Syatt, the Flying Jew. Shout out to Lee Syatt.
It's the 5th through 7th in Addison.
Yeah,
good job, buddy. That's the weekend. This weekend, I am in Huntsville tomorrow night, Thursday, the 14th, for one show at 7 or 8 o'clock, and then the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, one show at 7:30 at Zany's in Nashville. Tickets, there's a few tickets left for some of the shows, so check them out. Tickets are at steverenneseasy.com. Next weekend, I'm in San Jose for the first time, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then the first week in December, I'm in December. The first weekend in December, the 5th, 6th, 7th, I'm in Chicago at Zany's. So that's the podcast for this week. Thank you very much for listening. Good luck with all your gambling this weekend. Hope it works out for you. And do yourself a favor. Bet against Brenton for sure.
Go Bills.
Bye, guys.
It is. I'm the guy fucking lit. I'm the guy. I'm Steve Renazizi lit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy fucking lit. I'm the guy. I'm Steve Renazizi.